Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Survivor 46, the Island of Lost Idols.
Right?
The idol, what we should call it, like the island bank or like the idol bank or something like
It's
that.
the
'Cause
island
you
of
never withdraw and
idiots.
actually use it.
Yeah.
You just keep it.
Idiots. I want to build a resume.
Get voted off and take
Big
it
move
home
so
with you.
bad.
That's right.
I'm gonna leave
Souvenir
it in
Island.
my pocket. Anyway, yeah.
Souvenir Island.
Yeah, souvenir. Souvenir, that's right. Welcome to the show. This is episode 11 recap and disclaimer for the trolls. We don't talk about Survivor for 60 minutes, the entire 60 minutes.
Yeah.
We warm up. It's kind of like Kelly and Michael live with Kelly Rippers.
With
You know,
Kelly
we-
Rippers.
We banter. The Rippas, we banter back and forth. We have some fun. And then, all you Lindas can go, want to get right into it. So we're good because we're fun.
That's
Don't I
right.
look fun? Anyway, I'm wound up a little tight today. So with me as always is Tyler and Beth, but the important person
The
in
VIP.
the room. The VIP.
Winner of Survivor 40 several.
Yes. several.
Big call out.
I'm actually 40 several this year
Oh, like you just turned 40 several?
in February.
Oh, I thought you were.
Several is 7.
I know.
7.
Okay.
We got Mama.
It's just from the first episode of the.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Allison.
We've got the important person on the show is not Tyler, but his mother, Miss Donna Lyons, Mama Lyons, and excuse me, a new grandma.
Woo!
What now? What are we going by? What's your grandma name?
Well, I think I've had 4 picked out. So
Mhm.
ultimately, when Adley starts talking, that's the grandbaby. When he starts talking, whatever he wants to call me is going to be good. But for now, it's going to be Honey, with Honey being short. So yeah, so Honey.
I love it. That's so
Yep.
sweet. See, I was grandma, then it
Mhm.
shortened to Gamma
Oh,
and Gigi, and he just says Gigi. So,
I like it. But don't you like whatever he ends up calling you? That's what your name's gonna be.
yeah, because I wanted to be glamorous grandma, Glamma.
Grandma,
Oh,
that's
I like
great.
that.
And I got shut
Yeah.
down real quick.
Okay, I'm calling you Glamma, and I'm doing
Yeah.
the same for Donna. Glamma, that's going to be amazing.
Well, the original name was Gal, Gal, Grandma Owl.
Okay.
Oh.
That got shot out of the water, I think, by Tyler.
Yeah, I'm
not
going to
crazy
tell
about
you. I'm going to tell you right now that I agree with Tyler in that. I don't know if you saw my reaction. I went, "Oh,
Yeah.
No.
that's great. Yeah.
that's so good for you."
It's like,
Yeah.
that's going to grow out. That haircut. Bless your heart.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
How unique.
That is very original.
Yes.
Love.
Do you know what's also original? I have never seen this many idols go out. The
In a
pockets
pocket.
of these players are playing harder than the players themselves.
True.
I don't understand it. I've said this time and time again. If I were to ever play Survivor, I would be known as the person who just immediately plays their idol for no reason.
Mhm.
I would
Dude, why
much
not?
rather buy myself the next round and spin some story as to why it was strategic after the fact.
Yeah.
But you know what? As pissy as excuse me, honey, I
You can
curse
curse.
a little bit.
Okay.
As pissy as I got watching this episode, about Venus leaving with an idol, I will say she had me with the way she didn't disclose. She didn't tell anybody she had it until that conversation with Charlie. And I was like, you were right there. You were right there and you flew it with your mouth vomit. I mean, you said it without saying it. So, Miss Lyons, Mama Lyons, tell us what you think. What's going on?
Well,
Help me.
I thought she was stupid because I told Tyler, I said, does she not realize she's fixing to get voted out?
Keep in mind, this is Mom's first episode of Survivor she's watched probably since like Pearl Islands.
Like Chris last week.
Yeah,
Like my husband last week.
Yeah.
There might have been one or two after that.
I don't think so.
Anyway,
been a few
we were
years.
sitting here eating Chinese food and watching it, and I was like, is that girl stupid? Because she's going to get voted out, and she's got a freaking idol in her pocket. Use it. And then what happened? She got voted out. And I said, so that's what's happening? Everybody keeps it and they go home with it? Like they don't want to use it?
And I was like, yeah, like this is now a record. I think the previous record was Island of the Idols. There were 3 idols that went home like not being played. And this is the 4th this season. So we actually still have time left in the season to get a 5th idol not played this season.
Okay.
So,
Can we talk about the idol thing? Because I would like to yell at the storytelling / production a little bit here.
I love that.
When have we ever put an idol out into the wilderness if someone went home with it in their pocket? That is not playing it, therefore being brought back to production. Those people leave with it. So even if they do put a different idol out because there's none in the game, that's inherently different than spinning the edit. This is Tiffany's idol. No, it is not. Tiffany has a souvenir. This is an additional idol that has been put out into the into the
I don't think
chaos.
another idol should be put out. Whatever.
I just sat there and I was like, and it was so heavy-handed. Like multiple people were like, well, we're all thinking that's because Tiffany went home with the idol in her pocket. I was like, so did Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
So like right before that. So why didn't people go look for an idol then? It tells me that production is probably telling them and like some kind of capacity, like, oh, there might be an idol left in the game now, but they're going to cover their own tracks for adding another idol into the game by pretending like it's because Tiffany went home with it in her pocket, even though Hunter did this the week before as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on this week. Yeah, I'm in a mood. And, my husband's so glad he's out of town. Let me tell you, this man, he is so happy. Listen, I don't know what it is. People leaving with idols. I watched the Challenge All-Stars today, Tyler.
Yeah,
Have you
I
watched
haven't
it yet? Oh God, I'm so pissed about you'll know it
Okay.
when it happens. And it was not. I think this was the moment that TJ could have shined and said, "No, you can't change your mind. Sorry, no, you can't. Sorry." No, because you go down, you can have a conversation, you talk game, and then you sit. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
So anyway, everybody's just dumb and stupid this week. I don't know.
Well, I think that the big like highlight of like this episode on Survivor this week is Maria just like totally taking her game. And I have to call out Andrew here because in the group chat like 2 weeks ago, he was like, Maria's the best player like modern Survivor has ever seen. And I was like,
I was singing her praises too.
I was rooting for her, but best player of the new era. I don't know about that. I don't know how you could like.
I don't think I could have said that a couple weeks ago either.
Right. But like it was, y'all. It was just so bad. Like, I've been like rooting for Maria like up to this point, but. Like I'm on the train. I'm like looking for the emergency brake. I'm like, where's that red handle? Like, get me off of this train right now, because what she did at that reward challenge was so effing.
Oh God, it
was so bad.
Did you just say y'all?
Yeah.
You never say y'all.
It's probably my fault.
No, I like it.
Y'all. I say y'all a lot too.
Yeah.
I blame Allison.
It's less of a Southern thing now. Like I think like millennials have kind of rebranded it as just like a more
like gender neutral, you guys kind of thing. Yeah. I can see that too.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that has the Justin Timberlake hair on there last night? Who?
Oh,
what was he?
Charlie.
Charlie.
She was like, he was like Justin Timberlake. I was like, I don't know.
That's
About
Tyler
Justin
Jr.?
Timberlake. I don't know. Like the spaghetti hair. That's
Like
what
the
I was
suit and
thinking.
tie tour.
Really humid there.
Yeah.
It's gonna, you know.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like Maria was like, she just totally tanked like any of her chances to win this season. Like, so to briefly recap, like Maria like wins the reward. She picks Ben like right away, and then there's like 3 people remaining that she wanted to like choose between.
Well, no. I got Charlie and Kenzie said, "Don't choose us. Give it to somebody else who needs it."
Right.
And
I playing for Liz to get it. I think that's how I
think so. And I also will say that I think Charlie is such the MVP of this episode for so many reasons, but that's one of them because he then makes Maria choose between 3 other people.
Yeah.
Because Kenzie also, but he's the one who led the charge on that. So just saying that was really strategic to be like not only throwing her under the bus to other people, but then to be like put her in positions where she has to choose, because she probably would have ended up choosing Charlie.
Yeah.
In that situation.
So then, but like just make a damn decision, you know?
Mhm.
Like, so Maria like sits there for like so awkwardly long that Jeff has to be like, wow, Maria, this is the longest it's taken anybody to pick somebody for a reward.
I doubt it was too. I'm calling bullshit on Jeff on that one.
Oh yeah, okay.
I feel like he said that at like 6 times throughout Survivor history.
Yeah, I would also love to know if they're like sitting there with like a stopwatch, like
Wow.
Well, there's no telling how long they could have been. You know, pick the person who, you know, is depleted and needs it. And, you know, at this point in the game, they're not going to like all of a sudden be like Superman in the sun and they gain all their powers back. And now they're just going to steamroll through the challenges. No, you should have given it to Venus and Liz, period, end of it. And if I had been freaking Liz and she made me paper, I would have been like, you gonna pick Q anyway. Go ahead. Sorry, but that's how I felt. I was like, this is stupid. Why are you making them paper rock sit? If you're picking the person that needs it, dude, if the wind picks up anymore, Venus gonna be flying out into the ocean.
She hasn't pooped in 3 weeks, people. She has nothing to wear her down.
The only thing holding Liz down is the excessive shit in her gut.
Well, no, she has no shit in her gut.
Well,
That's
she could have
problem.
some from the rocks.
Gotta have something from 3 weeks.
That is, it's not enough to be moving along. I'm gonna say,
yeah, but like I don't know.
Welcome on in, Donna. By the way,
Donna, I'm sorry, I cursed. I flipped the bird. I'm just a mess. I'm sorry.
It's okay because Tyler's been here all week, and let me.
Oh, girl, spill it.
We're so
potty
sorry.
mouth. Today he was driving my car very aggressively.
Oh, do tell about that.
Yes, that was a.
No, don't tell mom this story.
I was like, pull over because this is my only.
No, I
car.
can't.
And he,
You can. It's fine.
He was breaking the law. I was fussing at him.
Donna, your son got a ticket in my car in New Orleans. A camera ticket.
Listen,
I told him, I said, you better slow down. We're in a school zone. He's
I just blew right by
I'll get
it.
there. I hit one.
F kids and F you too.
He almost ran past a bus too. The bus had its lights flashing, and I'm like, "Stop!
The
Stop!"
Tyler!
stop sign wasn't out yet.
He blew right
It
by
doesn't
it.
matter if the lights start flashing. That's when you have to.
Yeah.
Start to
Listen,
slow
I
down.
can't handle. I told mom, I was like, this is nothing against you. I've had a great week with you, but I can't wait to get back to New York because the pace of life and like just how slow everybody moves here and how much everybody takes their time while they're talking to the cashier at the register. Like while there's like a line of people behind
So
you.
what that means is that we care about each other.
Yeah.
And I told him he needs to stop and smell the roses because you feel like you have heart attacks.
I'm stamp this 15 minutes and 18 seconds.
It's like I just can't. I'm ready to get back to my life.
So
I
I'm going to
think-
drive real slow in the morning to the train station.
Let me tell you something.
Glacial
Donna,
speed.
you don't have to stop the car to let him out.
That's true.
Just say, get ready, open that door. You better go.
Remember how to
You better
barrel
jump.
roll?
Mhm.
I'm gonna have
Jump.
the Batmobile, little ejection button on my head.
I
You're
would
gonna
love
go,
that.
whoop.
Yeah. That,
But I
yeah.
did pay for the ticket.
How much
Yeah.
was the ticket?
It's like $150.
How fast was he going?
Well, he was going like 35 in a school zone. It was like 15 or 10 at that time. And yeah.
Miller.
That's still slow enough that people can get out of the way in
There
time.
were no children around. And I'll be honest, I think that, I don't know what, but I'm like looking, and I'm he's they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. What do you mean they'll be fine?
Fine.
They can just bounce right off the
Of course,
pavement.
this
Mm.
is coming from a man who threw me in a questionable minivan taxi.
Oh, this is the best. Have you heard this?
No,
And,
she hasn't heard the story.
This is my favorite Tyler Lyons story of all time.
this
And
is going to be
I
on his
want you to keep in
tombstone.
mind, it was quick, the response,
Mhm.
and genuine, and was not like, I don't think appeared to be
I
a
didn't
jerk
miss a
at
beat.
first.
Tyler's a gentleman. You raised a very nice young man, and his heart was in the right place. But we were in New Orleans, and Gigi Kelly over here, I need to start getting ready for bed around 9:30, or it ain't happening. Okay.
That's when my
And-
day's beginning.
Right. And
Right.
so these two, they're having fun. We're at this, they're having a couple drinks. It's a good time. Allison's like, I got to go. And Tyler's like, Allison, I'm going to ride back with you to the hotel, and I'm going to come back to the venue. I'll just take an Uber back. And we're outside. I didn't get this all the way out of my mouth before I was in the cab with the door closed. Tyler, you don't have to. There's one. Come here, right here.
Oh, no. It gets better than that.
It was the guy didn't take the original route. He took another route. We're in an alley. There's a guy coming towards us going the wrong way. I'm like, this is how human trafficking starts.
Mhm.
I'm about to be kidnapped, and I'm going to wake up in a can on the ocean Pacific somewhere. And Tyler, I said that to Tyler. I go, how would you feel about that? And he just goes, I'd get therapy.
That's what he meant it genuinely, and he meant it. It was quick. She was like, "What would you have done if I had been
It was
kidnapped
like the
in
first of, like,
traffic?"
the
back and I
things
went
that I would
there.
do in that
I
situation.
would also like to note that while he said it, he was laying on the hotel bed playing the like emulator Game Boy, playing Pokemon, and you were like, I'd get therapy.
Yeah, I think you were eating too.
I will
Yeah.
say he's always really quick with his responses, and sometimes like I'll just stare at him like, where did that come from? And then some other times like I will just bust out cracking up because I'm like, I didn't expect that response. But Tyler, you do not throw these two girls into a cab.
You could throw me in a cab because I'm a little bit more like, I don't know. I don't want to say street smart, but when it comes to like New York City kind of like cabs and like all that kind of stuff, I have a little bit more experience with it.
Yeah.
I think Allison has
Me
more.
too. I checked. I did like a vibe check of the van that I was throwing Allison
A
into.
vibe check.
It passed the
2
vibe check. It was-
seconds.
You said, "Oh, the door
vibe
opens."
check.
It works. The vibe
Okay,
is
it opens
good.
and closes, Allison, from the inside and the out.
There
You
seem
can
to be
jump
there
out
seem
if
to
you
be
need to.
some seatbelts in there. I think you're good.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Buckle up. Who knows where you're going.
But
Can I say just complete side note? I've always looked at Tyler as like looking more like your dad. You look exactly like your mom. Like you guys are twins right here.
No, that's what everybody said, that Morgan favors me and that
And
he
Morgan's like a mini you for sure.
yes, definitely. But I think he favors me more. Now his hair is like his daddy's hair.
I would have loved to have seen
hair.
his hair, like what your hairstyle is right now. Just,
Well, pull up like
made
old
it.
high school pictures. That's when my hair looks like what mom's looks like right now.
yes.
Long and wavy.
Wait, I have a picture of
Oh,
that.
Yes, you better go get it.
Yes.
This is why we like when
Tyler,
parents
I
are
can
on the
make
show.
that
In my
hairstyle
show choir
happen.
days.
Just give me the green light.
From
Girl,
show
I couldn't-
choir.
I couldn't have that hair nowadays, even if I wanted to.
You know what's
was
funny?
all fine.
I think that you and Morgan look like siblings.
Like
Yeah.
twins almost.
But I don't think, well, I was going to say, I don't think you two look like twins, but I think you both look exactly like your mom. And I think that part of it is right now.
Wait, hold on. I can't say. Hold on. Wait.
Bring it-
Oh my God.
Is
What
that
in the John Denver hell is happening right now?
And it was frizzy and it was full. And I kept saying, Tyler, don't you want to get that cut a little shorter? And he'd be like, nope. It looks good. I'm like, are you sure you don't want that a little shorter? And he's like, nope, it looks good. Yeah, it was a little frizzy thing.
People that
But
And
it
I had like a
handsome.
calic right here, so like
Yeah.
my hair would like.
Well, it was here and it was here.
it
Yeah,
looks like you're going Amish almost.
Right?
yes.
Were you trying with the beard? Did you have the little 3 whiskers? Just
No, I've never been a
No.
facial hair person.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like in
that-
terms of
would
never
go
being
with
able to
the
grow it
goatee.
or never liked having it.
I can grow it. I just have never explored that.
Yes.
There's
I
a part of me that kind of wants to know what you would look like with a
I kind
beard.
of want you to do the no shave November thing. Isn't that a thing for dudes? Like Movember or something? Like
No
don't
No shave
shave.
November.
You mean no nut November?
And then there's no nut November. Yeah.
What's no nut November?
Oh,
There's
honey.
no shave, or maybe it is November. Maybe
It
it's
is. It's
both
no
in
shave
November.
It's no shave November,
Yeah.
but she was
God.
right on that. No nut November is when you
Let's
don't
not
allow
talk
yourself
about my
to
mom.
reach a pleasurable
But
summit
this is
for
a
a whole month.
family show.
Yeah.
This is a
Since when?
family.
No nut November. Is that what you
Yes.
said? Okay, let's go for it. Come on, bring it on.
We're not talking about.
This is like the time y'all had to explain peen to me.
Oh, that's one of my favorite clips of all time.
Whisper
Oh
in my ear.
God.
Whisper.
What? No nut
Whisper to your
November? You can. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
When a
Right.
man is not allowed to ejaculate for
For a
30
month.
days.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Mhm.
I've never grown facial hair, and
I thought you were gonna be like, anyway, I've never participated in.
Maybe that's your problem, Tyler.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
we just cracked the code.
Oh God.
Tyler's
Oh,
like, I don't wanna
Aaron.
talk about this.
Aaron
No, I just,
Robertson.
yeah, Aaron was at the Chicago show. Also, we need to say hi to everybody. So we have
Oh, yes.
Kylan, we have Heather Jean. Kylan says, Tyler, your mom is so pretty.
Oh,
Aw.
thank you.
We have Frank C, we have John P Music, and we have Rory and
Heather
Aaron.
Lynn.
And Aaron said the live show was electric. It was craziness. Beth, do you have any like rumblings of how the RHAP Chicago
Rory,
went?
I tune in the moment No Nut November is
Wait a
being
minute, are
explained.
these people
Accurate.
listening to you guys
Yes,
now? Is
yeah.
that how that works? Oh, that
Yeah.
was so
Yeah.
cool. Hey everybody.
I think.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
we got to discuss this too.
That was okay. We definitely have to discuss that. And that's another thing I'm pissed off with production about. They put the dodo music underneath her when she was explaining that. And I don't think that was right. Because I think exactly what she was saying is completely true. There are people who suppress trauma and who feel like they can't express themselves, and they literally make themselves physically sick. It does build intolerances and allergies. And they put the dodo music underneath that. I'm like, that's a legitimate like medical thing.
That makes me constipated. It doesn't give me allergies.
That's a lot of people say allergies when they mean intolerances. And so
Yeah.
I wonder if she's one of those people that's like, she's lactose intolerant, for example, but nobody's allergic to dairy. Like nobody's allergic to that. You might be intolerant because like your system may not agree with it, but it doesn't like actively put you into anaphylaxis.
Like I got a niece that's allergic to peanuts, and I almost got slapped across the country for eating a Reese's Pieces. Okay.
Wait, to whom? Wait,
my
who has? Oh,
one of my nieces is allergic to peanuts.
Well, that's
and
allergies are legit.
all
I don't
hell
think,
broke
yeah.
loose when I had a Reese's piece in my mouth, and it was a thing. And I'm like, okay, heads up would have been nice.
Yeah.
How did I? Okay, anyway, how did I not know this? Jesus. I'm sure it's come up. but I don't know. Just tune out. Anyway, so
Beth, I do want to ask you, because you mentioned at the top of the show that you thought Charlie had a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler
I'm
Jr.
not sure he made the right decision at Tribal Council.
I don't think he made the right
Oh, wait a
decision at
minute.
Tribal, but I think that he covered himself really good with in terms of
Okay.
socially.
Are you telling the Taylor Swift truth?
I am telling the whole tortured poets department truth here.
'Cause he said that.
Wait, what?
That's what he said in the show.
Oh, sorry. I was half paying attention because Mom was like yakking in my ear the whole episode.
Oh my God, Donna! If you want to backhand him back in
We
time
won't
to
say
rethink
shit.
that comment, we will
I'm
not
gonna
bat an
sit in the
eyelash.
blue Cab in
It's
a
very
minute.
hard for me to find peace and quiet down here. That's all I'm gonna say. In the most loving way.
I
And
want you to know I'll beat his ass for you when he gets back to New York City.
Yeah,
Listen, I say the same thing to Allison.
It's true.
I know.
It's familial
Familial, yeah.
term of endearment, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to BS my way
Dude,
out.
I'd say like, oh, you're too loud. It's a term of endearment when I say you're talking to me too much.
No, I'm not sure that Charlie made the right decision here. I think that like he should have just gotten on the I hate Maria train with everybody else and gone with it. I don't think Venus is like, if you compare like Venus and Q, like those were the two targets last night. I would 100% Venus, just because like if I were Charlie, I'm way more likely to beat her in a challenge. Like, yes, she almost won this immunity this week, but like it was a fluke. Like literally anybody could have won that immunity. But Q has like a really impressive, like, yes, he's been like a mess at Tribal Council and like everybody hates him and stuff like that. But like it's kind of like a Tony kind of vibe where like if he still like gets to the end after all of these shenanigans, like there's no way that he doesn't get at least a few votes, right?
This is what I said a couple weeks ago when it was a genius move and everybody laughed at me. I was like, if he doesn't go out and he becomes the smokescreen for everybody and goes to the end that way, that is a winning game strategy. We saw it with Tony.
For sure,
Like-
for sure. I just like comparing like Q and Venus's winners equities though. Like I just like I don't see how like I don't see the benefit for keeping Q, right? Because like now that like Maria has made herself like a pariah, like even if you were to take out Q, like people would go after Maria next week. And then Charlie probably. So like he still has like a few more like rounds to like get himself to the end and like win out and stuff like that. I just like I don't understand it. Like especially keeping Maria and Q in the game together. I also think that's dangerous and not good for Charlie. I don't know. I thought it was the wrong move, and I actually do wish Venus did tell Charlie that she had the idol.
If she had told him that she had an idol,
Yeah,
he would have stayed because he would have said, you got to play it. Or he would have been like, I'm voting with you because I know it's a full.
yeah.
full
I think that would have convinced Charlie to
Mhm.
go the other way for sure.
You know, I had I actually thought about gameplay and strategy today.
What?
Alert the media. I was thinking, because I cover these shows, it's about time. It's been 9 years. I was thinking they keep glossing over Q. Like it comes down to Q, but it's never Q. The man basically pulled a Dr. Will 3 or 4 weeks ago and said, take me out. And I'm not saying he's Dr. Will before anyone starts. I said he pulled a Dr. Will. Man, I have to explain it because there's not enough room up my butt for all these people who want to crawl up and nitpick. I'm just saying, I was thinking there comes a time when you drag someone so far that there's a point where, okay, I can continue to drag this person and I will win against them and it's obvious, or I'm dragging this person to the finish line for them. And it's getting to that point because he's got an argument. Man, I told y'all to vote me. I did that.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm still here. So that is outwitting. That is
Mhm.
outplaying.
That is outlasting for sure.
That is all three. And that's what I'm looking for if I'm voting in the jury. And it's kind of like if you're in Big Brother and you're dragging your Victoria to final 2. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to take that easy way out, I'm going to vote for the Victoria every time because good for them. They were doing something right to be dragged that far. Q has crossed that threshold to where he, in my opinion, he could win this.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know who has a similar winners
Yeah.
equity or a similar like is going to be dragged to the end but has no winners equity is Ben.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying is like Q has plenty of options to have the right setup at final 3 to totally steamroll that jury, especially if he goes in there and he's like, Tiffany, I'm sorry for blowing up your game. Liz, I'm sorry for blowing up your game. I just felt like I needed to play like my own independent game to get myself further, and I didn't like the position I was in. I was just trying to like reshuffle the deck, in the infamous words of Beth at my weekly meltdown. I just like there's plenty of options. Like there are plenty of ways for Q to get to the end and win. Like if he's there against Liz and Ben,
wins handedly,
1,000% voting for Q.
And I'm going to say this right now. I would vote for Q over Kenzie. I would vote for Q. Yes. What has Kenzie done recently?
Hello, I said this last week.
Her stock keeps going down, and the longer Q stays, it ruins Kenzie's game. The moment Q goes, Kenzie goes back up to the top.
I agree with you. I just am so like hyper focused on that. Like
the rose tinted glasses.
I'm so convinced that Kenzie.
Oh, I'm sure she does. I don't think there's a prayer that Q makes it to the end. Yeah. I don't think I think he goes next week, like for sure.
Yeah. Charlie wins immunity, Q goes home.
I need a bunch of sound bites of Ben's one-liners though, because every week he's just pulling something out. Like they were talking about Venus is going to vote with us, and he just goes, "Yeah, because she's a poser." I'm like, that is from my high school days. Like I haven't heard poser since 1994.
I was just going to say he thinks he's in like a 90s high school
living for it.
Movie. Like he thinks he's at like Fast Times at Ridgemont High or something like that.
Are you saying he's a Spicoli?
Yes.
Get to the end first, apologize later. Yeah, I mean, listen. There were so many things. If you go back to the beginning of the episode and Venus and Kenzie were not in on the vote last week, which shocker, like someone's not in on the vote and an idol left, the two things that are so predictable. Here's the thing. Venus giving Kenzie advice in the middle of the night on the beach is like, look, we just got to make sure that we just got to act like it doesn't bother us, and like we don't care, and then just be natural. And then this is Venus being natural when someone walks by.
We just got to be natural, and Venus is like,
that's like, you know, and it was like, I love it. Really don't have a problem with Venus. I just thought it was funny. That is like me giving someone advice, going, listen, get out of your head. Don't jump to conclusions. Just be calm. It's okay. Yeah, right. In the dark on the beach. Shut the hell up, Alice.
I bet you're just overthinking things.
Stop overthinking it. What is wrong with you?
Oh yeah. I did like, okay, so like if Kenzie's the winner, I keep saying if, even though I'm like 100% convinced, right? I just have to like protect myself in case I'm wrong for once on the show.
I'm sorry, I drafted Kenzie, so whatever.
Yeah, well, I drafted Q and Liz, so
y'all can have Maria. I'm so off the Maria train. It's in my like little like subtitle thingy here. What was I gonna say? Oh, I like, okay, so like if Kenzie is the winner, like they did like protect her edit a little bit, like at the start of the episode, you know, like Kenzie was left out on the vote. And we spent a lot of time with Kenzie in confessional being like, you know, I got complacent, I got lazy, like this is like my new like rejuvenation to like play a little harder and not let this happen to me again. So I'm really going to be looking at like, what does Kenzie's edit look like next week, especially if Q is the one to leave? Is Kenzie the one like driving that force? Is she the one like making it happen? I'm curious how she would make it happen. Like now that Venus is gone, like I think it's a big L for Kenzie that Venus left.
I think it is a huge L, but I think that Liz, I think Charlie is going to be, I think Charlie knew mathematically, kind of going back to an original point of yours, he could do one more week and either give out Maria or Q.
Yeah.
And he knows whichever one doesn't win, then is the time to jump. And I think that he knows he could bring Ben with him. If he were to turn to Ben and go, hey, just so you know, Maria and Q have a final 2, we should have a final 2. Ben would be like, yeah, man, that's so great. Like, let me say some rock title. And then
that's
right?
rad. I am so boss.
I think that Kenzie and Charlie could have like a very big, like, come to Jesus moment together.
I hope so.
And I think that next week, the writing is on the wall that Q goes. Like, I don't see a world where he doesn't go next week.
Oh, I see it. That man's in the final 3.
Oh, I really don't think so.
I am willing to wager a major bet on that.
So who goes home next week, Allison? Tell me, like, I'm going to bring up
Kenzie.
There ain't no way anybody's getting rid of Ben.
Bring up the draft.
Ain't no way anybody's getting rid of Ben.
Ain't no way. So you can.
He's a 0 vote finalist. Why wouldn't you want to bring him to the end?
So, look what we're doing. Can we just look what we're dealing with here?
Let me update Mom on what she's looking at right now. So every season, like before the season starts, we draft the teams. Like, so before the first episode, we draft like who we think is the winner, and then we like play it out like for the whole season. So Beth only has Kenzie left. But you only need one to be the winner.
You only need one. It's just like the lottery ticket. You just need to buy one.
It's true. Yeah. I think that she's the winner too. So that I feel pretty good about her.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Mine has been stuck on Q and Liz for a month now, and I still don't know how. I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I am surprised to still see Kenzie, Q, Liz, and Ben on the board. I don't know why. I just did not think they would, not anything personal crazy. I really did not think we would be where we are. And I feel like
if Q leaves next week, look at the Motley Crew going into the finale.
Did you just make a band joke?
I did, just because Mom is here.
Oh my God. Ben would be so happy with you.
Kickstart my heart. Listen, if you get rid of, this is what Charlie needs to do. I'm going to tell you right now, get rid of Maria. Maria's going to win. I don't give a crap what anybody says. Maria is the winner at this point. If Charlie doesn't eliminate her, he has no chance.
But I think that that's exactly what this edit for this episode is leading to. This was such a good edit for Charlie to be the one that gets out Q and Maria and then like loses at fire making.
Oh God, that would sting.
He is the only one that I can think of, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tyler, I know you will, with a smile. I don't think that he has said, I need to build up my clout. I need resume. I need this. Like, I really think
he did say quite a bit.
He did. Okay.
Well, but more at the merge time frame, not like this past episode.
Right.
But I think, well, actually, Charlie mentioned it in the 6th episode.
Okay, I say this with love, but I'm not Mike Bloom. Okay. For those that don't know, I went on the B&B with Mike and Liana a few weeks ago, and Liana was like, I'm going to come up with a game where I'm going to say, like, which one of these 3 episode titles of Survivor is AI generated and the other ones are real ones. Not only did he immediately know which one was the odd one out every single time, he knew which number in season it was and what happened in that episode for every single time. And I'm saying,
who, Bloom?
Mike Bloom.
Because he goes to the gosh damn island.
Oh, but I mean, like, he knew, like,
him first class there. He better freaking know.
Allison, he was like, oh yeah, that's season 4 Marquesas, episode 7, and that's the episode where so-and-so does this, and, blah, blah, and like Liana and I were like, you need to touch grass. You need to go outside.
Yeah. You need air like
I love
Tyler.
you,
Like
Mike, but
I
that
would
was
love
like
to see a Survivor off between Tyler and Mike Bloom.
I'm sorry, Mike Bloom is going to
I think
crush
Mike
Tyler.
would clear me, but like I could probably do a Big Brother
Big
off.
Brother one, sure. Survivor, Mike Bloom clears anybody. I
Yeah.
don't think that there's a single person.
Listen, I'm more of a casual Survivor fan these days. Like I'm still like in denial that Big Brother is bad. Give me like a few more seasons before I finally hop off that train. But I don't know. I could no way could I remember like episode titles or like any of that. Like as soon as this episode's over, like I don't even take notes anymore for Survivor on the show. Like it just goes whoop, you know.
I literally have never looked at titles for any
Bare
of these
minimum.
shows.
Yes.
Bare minimum.
That's how we do it here in my weekly meltdown.
That's bare minimum. People come to this show and they expect diagrams and algorithms and whatever the hell that crap that you used to talk about, and your charts, and they expect like real like journalism.
You'll get that with big. No,
I have
not
a
real
GED.
journalism. I don't know
What kind of journalism do you think you're going to get out of me? Half out, bare minimum. I couldn't even finish high school. Do you think what do you think you're going to get here?
I love this. I love our, you know what? I love our dynamic too, because I'm sitting here. I was like, this is proof that it doesn't matter. Your education doesn't matter. You can still get on a
this
YouTube
show.
channel and talk your opinions out at people, and some people will watch. It doesn't matter if you have a GED, a college degree.
Listen, I got a D in chemistry in high school, and I made it out okay. You know, it's fine.
It's true.
Yeah.
Right.
He was.
I can't relate to that, but I just
Yeah,
Like
no,
I'm
that's
actually like the valedictorian, so like
I was
Were
third in
you?
my class.
of course I was not. I was nowhere near that.
To be fair, I only had a class of 115 people, so being third out of that class is nothing like some of
cared
these schools where they have
more
like
about
1,000
show choir.
people.
I cared more about show choir than
And that hair.
Of course you did.
and that hair.
No, it was your Nintendo, all your little game things that you cared about. Tyler was the type of kid he could remember anything, and he would not do his homework. Like we would actually sit at the table for hours, and he'd be like, "Mom, I know this stuff." So sometimes he would do it, and he wouldn't turn it in. He'd get an F on it. Then he would take the test and get 100, and the teachers would get mad at him. I'd have to go in for a conference, and and then they're like,
Because my grades would like average out to like a B,
Yeah.
So
This is why Tyler had to run his own business, because like
exactly.
there's
He
no
could
way he
work
could
for
be
me.
like, there'd be no
I
way he'd
did,
be like,
I did a 9-to-5 corporate day, and it was rough. Y'all. I did not like it. It was not for me.
Tyler, you in an office would just satisfy me. I could sit in you would be in a level of hell
I
you
was.
did not know. Try doing it 5 days. Try being in a half cube. Try being in a full cube. Try doing it like I've been working from home for 4 years now. Up until that, I was in a cubicle for almost 20 years.
Oh, God, I couldn't imagine.
can I say
It was padded too.
I've always had an office, and I'm like all my jobs.
Of course you did. You were third in your class. People like me get a half cube.
The window.
I
What'd
don't
you
even
say?
have a window.
She got the corner window.
Okay, I didn't have an office with a window my first salary job, and it did make me want to actively die because I wasn't getting natural light, and I was like, this feels like a prison. They said, go into this room. There's no lights except for the light here.
Yeah.
It made for an incredible napping space though, because I would shut that light off, and like it had like the little window to the hall, but that was it. And people would be like, "Oh, Beth must be out," and I was like, "Yes, she's out, but sleeping
yeah,
out."
she's out.
I have an office with a window, but I can't do that.
Yeah.
See me. My window's too big. I can't.
Oh.
See that. Yeah. Yeah.
Donnie, you got to do like just somebody walks in. Amen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well,
She's deep in prayer.
they just renovated and they took my blinds out of my window. So I'm like, that's not nice. Put them back. But they said no. I'm in banking, so I need to see everything in case you get robbed or whatever.
Oh yeah, been there.
I can see through the blinds. Put them back up. But no,
Allison, did you work in banking?
I was a wire transfer specialist for Union
Oh,
Planters Bake from
nice.
2001 to 2004. I did international. I routed international wires. I did big transactions, outgoing, incoming. I was it. Yep.
It's one of the number one scams right now going on.
Hmm.
Oh, and you talk about like back then we had to verify stuff. I can't imagine because of the scamming, I can't imagine how they have to do it now.
Oh yeah. Well, let's just say I think I have maybe 4 more years left in my career, and I'm counting it down already.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All the BS from the scammers, and just like if they would just get a 9-to-5 job, they'd work less.
I'm telling you, you're 1,000. The amount of times I just hold those people on the phone as long as I can now, or I try to just like waste their time. I'm like, I'm wasting their time so they can't go try to scam somebody else.
They
Like,
had a
wait,
guy-
can you repeat?
Yeah.
Did you want me to? How much did you want? Okay, so and where do I put that? I mean, I waste their time as much as I can.
There was a guy on Catfish Tuesday night. I'm still
wait,
watching. How do these?
is it
I gotta do
new?
Catfish is
Listen.
still on.
This show has been on for 10 years. The doc came out 12 years ago. People are still, I could do a whole show about this. This guy was getting scammed by a woman. They don't talk to him and sending her $200 here, 50. And it was like, they're like, you're getting scammed. And it was almost to the point where Neve and Cammie were like, I mean, this is a 50-50 chance this is either real or fake because there is no way. There is no way. And yes, way. There are people, and the biggest red flag is, oh, I don't have social media. I don't do that.
Who doesn't have social media these days? Come on.
Everyone has social media.
Yeah.
People who shouldn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, that's it. So Venus went home with a idol in her pocket, and now we're from the the final several to the final 6. I'm thinking we're getting a Q, Kenzie, and Ben final 3, and I will be the happiest train wreck on the planet if that happens.
I'm gonna bring up the draft one more time just so I'm like visualizing who
I think it's gonna be a Kenzie, Liz, Ben final 3.
A Ben, Kenzie, Q final 3?
Liz, not Q.
Liz, sorry. Yeah.
I think we're each gonna have somebody in the final 3. And I think Kenzie's gonna handedly win.
Can you imagine if I win? Can you imagine what it'll do to Tyler?
I agree with Beth.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you, Donna.
I like that. I think that Charlie should have voted Q out
Mhm.
and then made Venus a target for this coming week because you always want to take out the biggest and the strongest.
I think the final 3 will be Kenzie as the winner. I think Kenzie's going to win unanimously too.
I think she'll win unanimously if she's against Liz and Ben, which is who I think the final 3 will be.
I think it'll be Kenzie, Liz, and Maria.
Ooh.
And I think Maria is going to get
humbled
on at this final tribal count.
Maria. She's going home.
Maria.
And I think Charlie will be the fire making loser.
Is that Maria?
Yeah.
Can't he make fire? Why don't you think he can't make fire? I know Liz can't make fire because she almost had a nervous breakdown last week trying to make it.
The overlap of huge Swifties and people that are good at making fire, that Venn diagram is probably very small.
I think mine is purely edit. I really think that they are building him up similar to so many people who have not been able to get past fire, which is that they're a really good player and then something like, why put all of this information about how he's feeling about Maria and we're not getting the same side of things from Maria thinking about Charlie?
Yeah.
So that tells me he's got to be responsible for her going. But I just don't see him, like, it would be so obvious if he won that they would have been building him up way earlier the way they were building up Kenzie.
Beth, I have a plot twist.
Do it.
Okay, I have a plot twist. Should I do my twist? Hold on. Let me do my plot twist.
Get ready for a takeover.
Is this you?
Yeah.
That's Allison's plot twist song.
There's a possibility.
There's a possibility with Allison's plot twist. Charlie
like
goes
it.
home. Charlie goes home next week, and
Oh.
Maria is crying because she's the one who has to take him out to the tool shed. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That'd be something.
Plot twist.
I just don't think that's the something that has. It would be. Could you imagine if Maria took out Charlie after all of
There's
this?
a possibility.
If she does that, like I don't even think the jury would see that as like a wise, like strategic move. Like I think they would be like, wow, like you're a real piece of shit, like even to your closest ally.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
And I kind of agree. Ooh.
Yeah, but who's in the jury that's going to care? Hunter doesn't know where he's at.
Mom would have loved Hunter if she
I
saw
love
it.
Hunter, but Hunter just looks so spaced out. He's just like, oh, God.
She's currently Googling Hunter.
Hunter, who else is there? Tiffany,
Tiffany, Tevin, Soda,
Tevin, and who?
Soda.
Soda,
Venus now.
Venus, no.
now Venus.
Soda?
Venus.
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking about Venus when I was taking a bath the other day. As I was shaving my legs, I saw Venus on my razor.
I'm your Venus.
That's Bananarama. Venus is a razor.
Cass, look at that. Okay, we're
He's a good-looking guy, that Hunter.
Here we go.
I think Rory agrees with me. Rory, you always agree with me. Just agree with me.
yeah, he's a nice looking man.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so dig this. He was like, what, a rocket scientist or some crazy smart guy?
Oh yeah.
And
Go ahead.
he decided to stay in his hometown and be a science teacher.
Mhm.
Because he
He
enjoyed
he went to medical school
medical school. Yeah.
Oh wow.
and he decided he didn't want to be a doctor. And so he's like, I'm going to be a science teacher instead.
You know, when I was getting my GED, I thought to myself, I don't want to go to medical
There's
school
more.
either. On that note, I don't want to go to school at all.
Oh yeah.
I could be a full-time cashier, pay less cash waste. What the fuck am I doing here? Losers. I'm sorry. On that note, me and my good enough diploma.
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's make our official prediction for who we think is going home next week, and
Charlie.
then. So you think Charlie?
Q.
No, I like Charlie. I'm gonna go with Q.
I like Donna.
Q, Charlie. What you think?
Oh, God, I want Ben to go next week. I do not like Ben at all. Here's the thing, I'm like not answering it right now, but like, I really don't like Ben. I really don't care about Liz. Maria, like I'm off the Maria train. I think Charlie made the wrong move tonight.
What's wrong
Like
with
I feel like
Ben?
I'm liking Kenzie only by like
Default.
yeah, by default, exactly, Beth. So I'm gonna like personally, I would love for Ben to go next week, but I think it'll be Q or Maria. I could see Maria going next week.
I could see Maria going next week too.
So the runner-up. So I would say Charlie or Maria,
Mhm.
or it could be Q or Ben,
Okay,
something
So, like,
along that.
basically the whole cast.
But I'm saying plot twist.
Just cover all your bases.
I think we all can agree that we don't think it'll be Liz
Yeah,
or Ken.
Liz is like she is signed up for final three. 100.
That's how I feel about Ben. I feel like she and Ben are just so like people would be dumb to not be working with those two right now and just being like, let's be the final three.
Yeah,
Liz
I think
and-
that Kenzie like identifies that like Charlie and Maria have to go next. Like after like Hugh is dealt with, like I like
Oh, yeah.
like, as much as like he was like a big target to get out next, like don't lose focus of like Maria and Charlie as like a power unit. Like
I'm going to make a bold claim here too that Ben wins the final immunity and chooses to bring Kenzie and makes Liz go against, or chooses to bring Liz and makes Charlie and Kenzie do fire against each other.
I would love that.
Because I think that he's going to be like, bro, this is the only thing I can do for my game.
Mom is very invested in what's going on in the chat over here. She keeps like anytime I go to like the brand tab, she keeps like clicking back over to the comment.
So can you, like, when people respond, can you do like an emoji?
I mean, yeah, I can type an emoji, or
you
like
you can from your phone. I can't do it from my computer for some reason.
If we click on it, it'll highlight it like on the stream there.
Okay, because some of these comments are funny and they're good.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Lori is
they
so
all
funny.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, is that it for
Well,
tonight?
you know, listen, the turds of the week are Liz and Kenzie. Like I said last week, you know, the toilet bowl theory. They're the dingleberries.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else slides on out.
Liz hasn't had a dingleberry in over
Well,
3 years now.
it's about time she gets a dingleberry. God, that's so can we just wrap this up?
I mean, we were going to, and then you decided to say that. So I don't know.
Why don't y'all just end the show when I talk?
Wait, Mom has a question for Allison.
So Allison, you're in Memphis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to Graceland?
I went to Graceland in 1985.
Much has changed. Okay.
Now, I have not physically been inside Graceland since I was really little, but I've seen it a million times. Now, because they've updated it and they keep redoing stuff, like I really want to go, but like no one in Memphis wants to go to Graceland.
Right.
When me and Ben finally visit, we'll go to Graceland.
Yeah, like
1,000%.
Yeah,
I know nothing of Elvis, and it'd be so funny to be like, I went to Graceland. Also, where's Dolly Parton's place?
That's in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah. That's in
we'll do a road trip.
Yeah.
That's a little farther up north, but
I want to go to Memphis and do that. But the reason why I ask is because there's somebody I follow. Is it TikTok or what? Is it Instagram or TikTok?
One of those, probably.
It's one of those things. But there is a flower shop in Memphis, and a guy named John Michael Sharp, I think.
okay.
And he is the funniest thing on there, but his arrangements are beautiful. So I want to go, and his shop is gorgeous. Like it's not a typical flower shop. So I want to go. And if I ever get remarried, I would go down there and have him do my flowers and bring them up here.
Listen, you need to come look. Memphis is one of the third most dangerous city on the planet, but it's fun. There's fun things to do.
I like highly doubt on the planet.
You can go. Look, Graceland's fun. Actually, Bill Street's fun during the day. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff to do here. I just think, it's hard because people see, I educated your son during dinner. He and I went to dinner in New Orleans, the two of us, and I gave your son a Priscilla Presley lesson, and this man couldn't. First of all, he let me pick his drink off the menu, which you should never do. Second, he couldn't down that drink fast enough while I was going on a tangent about Priscilla Presley. Okay, like I'm not a big fan of Priscilla.
First of all,
I love Elvis, but I'm not a fan.
What was the drink?
Probably a Long Island iced tea.
It was worse than a Long Island iced tea.
Because he's not a big drinker.
Oh, it was strong.
He's like me. It doesn't take much to.
True.
I bring out the best in people, Donna. And he needs to drink sometimes when he's around me in person. Not the first person or man to ever have to do that.
Meanwhile, I was the one ordering shots, so I don't know.
Yeah.
We were good influences.
True.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't know. Well, I know Priscilla was a Presley, but I didn't know anything.
No,
about
she's
her.
not a Presley. See, you didn't pay attention to anything I was saying. She's not a Presley. She married Elvis Presley. Then she divorced Elvis, and they were close to an extent. But as soon as that man died, she like dove in head first and took over because of her daughter, Lisa Marie, because everything eventually was going to go to her. Everything did go to Lisa, but Priscilla managed it.
Why do I
And
get the sense that JoJo has heard this way too many times?
he's trying to cover his ears.
He's
But
literally
listen,
like,
the thing about it is when Lisa Marie died, her daughter, Riley Keough, was looking at the books going, this dog don't hunt.
Right. Yeah.
Why is Nana getting all this money?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
done divorced in 1980.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but yeah, I went on a tangent that Tyler just blacked out on. And I also gave him an Elvis lesson. And my acting teacher, Red West, was Elvis Presley's best friend and in the Memphis
Oh,
Bronx.
yes.
So that's a whole thing that your son just sat there and downed his Long Island iced tea to.
He doesn't
My only Elvis experience is my senior year musical was All
Okay.
Shook Up, which was like an Elvis like jukebox musical, and I was the assistant director for it. And so, but that was like my first exposure to like any Elvis music was that musical.
I'll be honest, he was clueless who Elvis was at that time. I had to
Not
do
shocked.
application because I was so excited. I'm like, that's the play you guys or musical you're gonna do. I was so excited.
Okay, I will. I'm going to call you out here on the show, Mom.
No, you're not. No, you're not. He's gonna shut up.
No, it's not anything embarrassing. But
Okay.
on this show, all the time, Allison's like, "Oh, have you like making all these like movie references and music reference?" And I like Beth always knows it, and I'm like, I've never heard of that. I don't think I was exposed to a lot of pop culture growing up.
That's not true, Tyler. I love classic rock.
This is like a therapy session.
I love this.
You're a little bit of a snob. Okay,
Listen,
let's
I'm
just be honest.
I'm going to put together my finest 3 classes in psychology I took in my graduate year of counseling and be like, listen, Tyler, I want you to further think about and reflect on what kind of pop culture are you talking about? And do you think that maybe you were rebelling against your parents by not listening to the things
because
that they
like
were trying to
I'll tell you, like I have still never seen the original Alice in Wonderland or Nightmare Before Christmas because Mom did not let me watch those movies growing up.
Because they traumatized me when I was little and I didn't like it. Well, I'll tell you what, the Wizard of Oz. I remember to this day, I was 4 or 5 years old when I saw it. And when those monkeys came out,
they were scary.
I was toast. I remember running behind the sofa and it took my dad 2 hours to talk me down and get me out. And so when you were in 5th grade, he wanted to audition for the musical at the high school for Wizard of Oz.
As a monkey.
He said, I want to be a monkey. And you said, no.
You can try out, but you cannot be a monkey. And then I let him see the movie, and he turned out to get you're a munchkin. And his outfit was the cutest outfit. It was so cute.
I need a
I feel there were certain roles that I feel like that are in like these traditional musicals that I feel like every kid looks
like a rite
cute
of
in.
passage. Yeah,
like that kind of thing. And the one for me that I was in Annie.
I was literally gonna say Annie.
Yeah.
It's the same thing where it's like, let's have a whole bunch of like cute older elementary / youngest middle school girls get up there and saying it's a hard knock life, and then nobody actually knows the rest of the plot.
Well, that must be nice because I did Still Magnolia. I was like 20. And I always get freaking cast as Weezer Boudreaux.
That makes sense.
And shit. Like, that kind of stuff.
You'd be such a good Weezer, though.
They always had me doing Shirley MacLaine stuff.
Yes,
acting.
because
it was always Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine was on Glee.
She said, "Oh, he's such a gentleman. I bet he takes the dishes out of sink before he pees in it."
Okay, I want you to know
favorite lines from that movie.
Shirley MacLaine is an icon.
Oh,
and if you
never heard of her before Glee.
That's not.
How did you stop it?
Look, here she is on Glee.
Everything comes back to Glee.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you, Donna.
So let's go back to your little therapy. So when you said you were not exposed to things, that's because your head was up your ass with like that little Nintendo man, Mario and all that. Like you were just all into that, and we couldn't get you out into the real because everything revolves around was it Nintendo? What was the other one? The little Switch,
I've always been a Nintendo person.
and then the Wii. Yes.
You had a Wii?
Of course.
I had a Wii.
I got grounded
Yes.
in high school, and they took the internet away from me. And
Mhm.
there's an internet browser on the
Wii.
Actually, it was middle school because you were not doing your homework.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I was still on like Facebook.com, like on the Wii
Sending
browser
bumper stickers to your
for like
friends.
exactly for like a week before I finally got caught.
Can
so
we have a
validated.
moment? Can we have a moment
Feels so
and say
validated.
RIP to what Facebook was when it was in
Oh,
the
yeah.
beginning?
The
And I
posts-
don't mean this in a mean way, but when
Yeah.
it was only for college students, it was so much fun.
I
And
wouldn't
then
know,
all
I
of a
have
sudden,
GED.
our parents started joining, and it became significantly less fun
Yeah.
when they started seeing everything we were posting.
Oh, my
Once
son.
people started having drama
Yeah.
on Facebook, like
Actually, no. That's when it got good again because then we were like, oh, people are complaining
True.
about a casserole recipe. Let's absolutely look at the
True.
comments.
Yeah,
again.
but that's fun though, because then you can
That's what I'm
sprinkle
saying.
your little nuggets in the comments that have nothing, that are just asinine, have nothing to do with the casserole, and then start another fight. I want multiple fights. I
In
want
one
nothing fights going
No,
on from every direction in the comments about the casserole.
If you want fights, join the cake decorating Facebook page. Those women are catty.
I
Like,
believe it.
oh my gosh, like they tear and like it's supposed to be for a beginner. So I joined it just because of the comments because like they're mean to each other, and I'm like, oh, that's so mean.
That is amazing. I will be finding many as soon as I can to join. And I have to
love
tell you,
that.
the other one, I'm going to put it out there right now. Branningham Lake, New York, where my parents are. It's a small lake. It's considered a private lake because there's no public areas to go swimming. So it's all private property around, right?
Mhm.
And so people rent out their lake houses and all that kind of stuff. And there's this huge divide in the community between people who live there all year round and people
Mhm.
for whom
Fair
this is
weather
like,
pants.
this is like their house that they go to either for the winter to go like
Yeah.
sledding or like skiing or want to be up in the Adirondacks or whatever, or it's for people in the summer who want to come, or for both, right? So the people, it is the most dramatic Facebook group of all time. You'll have people who are complaining about the water level as if we control what the
Wish I
water
could
level
kind
is.
of thing.
We control a little bit, right? And there's two different man-made lakes. They all roll into each other. But it's like we can't control how much rain there's been, right? And so sometimes people would be like, after that rainfall, we had a lot of water, and now my dock is underwater, and want you guys to be doing something about that. We're like, what do you want us to do? It's a lake. Like, it's amazing. And then people will just like, absolutely. Well, I heard your wife was doing this over at the pine tree, and it's amazing. It's amazing. My
I miss
family and I have
it. I love
created bingo boards. We call
Ooh,
it
that's
Branningham Facebook
Great idea.
bingo. And so we will text each other updates when we see like posts that come through.
Mhm.
It's so good. We're like complaining about there no longer being a post office up there. Okay, yep, got it. You know, it's so good.
You know
It's
what we
so
should do?
good.
It
We
is kind
should
of funny
start-
watching a train wreck. It really is.
We need to start our own. I'm going to start our own page. It's going to go viral, and it's going to be called "My Cat and I Talk Shit About You" in the comments. That's going to be the name of the page. It's just going to be fight.
Yes. I
It's
love
just
it.
gonna be- you used to
We need to
remind
Photoshop like JoJo, like just like looking at his nails like this or something.
JoJo staring out the window at my dumb neighbors.
Yeah.
Or it should be JoJo with his paw like this, but instead you put like the little emoji where it's like painting the nails.
Yes, exactly.
But all these Facebook groups is hilarious. Like, I think I'm actually in a group about neighbors from hell, which is very entertaining.
Is it your neighborhood?
Probably. I
Facebook
hate my
page.
freaking neighbors. God. But it reminds me of the movie Fight Club. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Fight Club.
Of
but, like,
course.
Edward Norton's character joins all these self-help groups because he has like no life, and you feel so bad for him. And on his name tag it says Cornelius, and he goes into all these groups like men with breast cancer. Like, he goes into all these insane groups, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just here to listen to the drama."
I love that.
Terrible. But yeah, it's like I got nothing
I
else
was just
going
going to
on
say,
tonight.
Allison, I have a feeling that you would do that. You'd be like, you know what? I feel like I need to hear some bullshit today, but not about anything in my life. I'm going to go to this.
I just do that on the
this
Facebook groups.
meeting and just sit in the wall. And every once in a while, say a comment that says, I heard that she didn't do that, even though she's saying she did. And then right back up and see,
Yeah.
You could be like the girl from Mean Girls. It's like, I just wish we could go back to elementary. She doesn't even go here. It's like they could be doing that to you.
Why
Yes.
is she here? Like, and the thing about it is it's so easy to block people from groups. I think I've been blocked from a couple of groups.
That makes sense.
Just for saying whatever the hell I wanted and it had nothing to do with the subject. That's like, it's like when I'm trying to join a movie group, like 80s films fanatics or something, like I have to fill out a questionnaire about my, like what's your favorite? Obviously, I love the 80s and I don't feel like I have to fill out a questionnaire because I'm trying to join your stupid group.
Can I ask you why you even want to join that? Like, what are you going to get out of being in a group like
Allison is big on following like Instagram accounts.
Yeah. No, this is I mean this genuinely because this is such a generation divide. Like
it is.
I'm very interested.
Because
what is it? What's the appeal?
What's the appeal? The memes and like the YouTube videos that they post. Like I watched a YouTube video that was 30 minutes long the other day that was all 1980s Saturday morning commercials.
Oh.
And I was like, I remember these commercials. That's why.
I've done stuff like that. I think for the difference is exactly what Tyler said, which is I just follow a page on Instagram to get all of that same stuff, like memes and videos and such.
Well,
and I think
Gypsy Rose Blanchard followed me, so I don't know what
she
you're.
Did?
I think it's her.
She's
I don't
getting
know.
divorced.
The jury's out. I'm
Is
investigating.
she verified?
It's not verified. That's why I'm investigating.
It ain't her.
How are you? How are you verified, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard is not?
Wow. Wow.
I think he just threw you in the cab again.
What? Yeah. Just threw me in the cab again. Are you kidding me?
Both doors this time.
You know, it burns Tyler's ass that I'm verified. And he's like, I don't understand why Allison's verified. I can't get Scratch Studios verified.
Because I tried to get Scratch Studios verified. And I even showed them like my EIN number for my business and everything. Like I sent the verification and it got denied. And I'm like, how the hell does it? And I see a blue check mark next to Allison.
You know what? After that. It's not everything it's cracked up to be. I can't change my profile picture without having to like submit my the front and back of my driver's license.
Oh, really?
Is that why the My Weekly Meltdown picture is still the logo from like 10 years ago?
Yeah, and
No,
here's
Allison just can't let go.
And like my May the 4th be with you profile picture on Facebook is me as Princess Leia had to be on there for 4 days when it was not relevant and I just look like a weirdo. Like everyone else is able to change their pictures back.
Yeah,
and I'm
it
still
was
sitting over
really
here like Princess Leia.
Yeah, the timing is what made it
look
like a weirdo. Right.
I always want to cry.
Yeah, it was just because it wasn't on that one day anymore.
I was like, Allison's so weird for making this 4 days.
Allison needs to get a life. She's still on May the 4th be with you. It's like May 7th.
God.
Well, for what it's worth, Allison, I thought
several.
that was a cute picture of you.
Thank you.
I
do a lot of.
Did share it with me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's adorable."
Thank you.
I love it.
Did you show her the other AI generated pictures I created the other
No,
day?
I'll have to show her that off air.
I don't know what it is, but those AI photos make my face look very different. And it's, I'll be like, it's like, what if Beth was 13?
It's the makeup. It because it puts like whorish makeup on us. Like, and I have to actually go in and down it.
It thins my face. I don't have it as round. I don't have like my little cheeks or whatever. It thins my face, but it also just like,
you know, the real question, Beth, is how does Tyler look better than us as a woman?
Here,
he's a twin with his beautiful
Allison makes generated photos of us. I'm showing her the collection.
Go back. Let me see if I can figure out who's who.
That's a good game because sometimes I did have a hard time figuring
Which one
out.
is this?
So
That's Allison.
no, that's Beth.
That's Beth. Okay. Is that you?
That's me.
you. Okay.
We could be related.
I'm showing
Okay.
her this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Dang, y'all look good.
That's how I lay on the floor when I watch TV, like Cher.
I'm more like Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
This is all AI, and
Yeah.
even the makeup is AI.
Yeah, I had to go in and do the makeup. Like that one's without makeup.
I can't.
And I went in and put makeup on.
I just want you to know that if Tyler were a girl who went to, that's exactly
That's
what Tyler would have looked like in high school as like a Spice Girls fan. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
He's such a baby Spice.
Could we-
He's a baby
Funny.
Spice.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah.
Well,
yeah, I'll
guys,
show the rest of these.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cool.
Well,
All right, well, we're gonna come to Memphis.
let's go. We'll go see
Next time
Elvis.
I'm in New York, we'll have to get together. Okay,
Mhm.
Yes, I
love
would
to-
love that.
or something, whatever. But I would like to do
It
that.
would be so much fun. I would love that.
Yeah. So,
We will
alrighty.
well, thanks for letting me be part of tonight. It was fun.
Of
Oh,
course.
this
Fun
has been
having you.
amazing.
And I love all the comments. So,
Mom's
can't
like glued to the
Yeah,
comments.
yeah.
It's
I
so
love it. Well, here's the best thing you can also check out. So these are just the live chat comments, and then when it's posted, sometimes people like to come on and complain that we didn't talk about Survivor enough as an actual comment on the video. So you can
Oh,
also
nice.
say, I'm sure that this week they'll say Donna Lyons is gorgeous, and then also then say, and why the hell did they talk about pooping but not X strategy from this? Like that's the kind of stuff they'll say.
well, I thought this was fun. So, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for joining
Anytime.
us.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Have a good rest of
That's
your night.
twice you said that.
We'll see you guys
I love
next
it.
week. Everybody have a good rest of your night. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.